Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jazmin. If you have no idea who I am a first generation low income undergraduate at Stanford University, and I made this channel to help other first generation low income students get better access to higher education through my college related videos. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to survive college while fly. So I made a similar video called Tips I Wish I Knew Before College, but now this video is going to be talking about more about being on campus and being a college student. So if you're a college student, I'd also recommend watching this video. It's not only for incoming freshmen, but also for students who are currently attending college. So like I said, I'm going to be focusing mainly on living on campus because that has been my experience. And I feel like I can't talk too much about the off-campus experience or attending a commuter school, for example. So I decided to talk mainly about what it's like to be a fly college student on campus. So I'm going to go over dorm life and social life, how to budget, and your course selections. So let's get into it. Starting with the dorm life and your social life, it depends on your group of friends whether or not they're also fly and whether or not they understand what it's like to be money aware whenever they go out to go spend or want to do certain group activities that require money. Being fly doesn't mean that you can't have fun activities or be part of a social life that requires money. I just think that you should find the right people to hang out with and be at the right events that don't necessarily require too much from you financially. This connects to transportation and how you get around campus or off campus. So whether you're at a commuter school or you're on campus, public transportation might be a really big thing. So you might want to know where the nearest train is or where the bus stops are and whether or not the bus is free for students. That might be a really big factor as to how you get around campus. Especially for students on campus who don't have their own car, we have to rely a lot on public transportation, but you might also find this thing called Zipcar at your university. So Stanford has this partnership with a rental car program called Zipcar, and it's only $15 for the whole year, and they charge you a per hour rate for renting a car. So a lot of times it's no more than $5 an hour to rent a car. And you can even rent different kinds of cars and different sizes of cars for different rates. But usually if you're just trying to go to the movies or go to the store, you might just need a regular car, and that could take 2 hours for $5 an hour. That's $10 for a whole 2 hours of your own car, and it comes with free gas. It's a total money saver. Especially if your university has that, make sure to check if they do, because it has saved me and my friends a whole ton of money. Instead of getting my own car, I'm totally just gonna stick to this program because it's so much cheaper than paying for parking, paying for gas, paying for insurance. All I have to do is pay $10. Another thing that has to do with saving money is decorating your dorm. So in my personal opinion, I think buying bigger items or items that take up a lot of space actually make your dorm look more decorated than a whole bunch of tiny items. So for example, I have 6 of these very long flower string things, and it only cost me like $12. And I have one very big tapestry on the other side of my room, and that cost me like $8. So it filled up my room space without me having to spend so much money. And sometimes you can even find events where your school might give out free merchandise. So for example, this flag right here was free because it's literally made out of paper, but you can't really tell. So I use it as decoration. And especially if you're going to be on campus right now during coronavirus, then I'm assuming that not a lot of people are going to be in your room anyways. So you might only be decorating for yourself, and that might not be the biggest financial priority for you when you're decorating your room. Since we're on the topic of financial responsibility, I feel like one of the best decisions that I made before coming to college was setting up my own bank account. And I know some students have already had their bank accounts since high school or something like that, but definitely if you feel like you're too dependent on your parents, too dependent on them paying for certain things, I think it's a good idea to open your own bank account so that you have your own money and it's separate from other expenses that you have, and it's easier for you to track how much money you can spend. Now, I think college events are such a big thing, especially on a physical campus, but right now I know not a lot of college events are going on, but Sometimes during the regular school year, there is a bunch of events that have a ton of free food, especially if some clubs are having movie night or recruitment and they're trying to attract students to their events. A lot of times they'll have free food or free shirts or free stuff that you can take. So I totally recommend finding these kinds of events, especially on Zoom now. I feel like a lot of clubs are now handing out like DoorDash gift cards in order for you to attend their event. And definitely look out for that, especially if you're on the right emailing list. So emailing list is also a big thing for getting free stuff, especially if your school has a FGLI emailing list. I know Stanford has one, and I always find so many opportunities on that emailing list, not only for free stuff, for free events, but also for different opportunities like job opportunities, internship opportunities, different workshops of how to build your resume or how to set up your LinkedIn profile. The FGLI mailing list at Stanford, at least, has been so helpful to me. And if your school also has different mailing lists for students who are specifically first generation low income, I definitely recommend looking into that and seeing which opportunities are out there for you. Talking about getting free food while you're on campus or even if you're commuting, I totally recommend getting the app of the fast food places that are around or fast food places that you know you're going to be going to repeatedly. So for example, Stanford had Subway, Jamba Juice, Starbucks, Panda Express, and I got all of those apps on my phone so I could accumulate points. And then I would sometimes get free Jamba Juice or a free plate at Panda Express, and it would like come through because sometimes you just don't have the spending money, but you have these points and they accumulate, and then you have a lot of chances for free food. And a lot of times if your birthday lands during the school year, they also give you free drinks, and it's just really helpful to have these apps on your phone when you're frequently visiting these stores. So the last segment that I want to talk about is academics. So I already released a video on office hours and the importance of office hours. Make sure to check that out. Trust me, it is such a, I think in my opinion, a good video because I wish someone had told me about the importance of office hours and I wanted to share that with you guys. So make sure to watch it. I'm gonna put the link here. But I also want to talk about preparing for your college classes. So course selection could be something that's completely foreign, especially for first generation students who are attending college for the very first time and don't really know how to navigate course selection. So especially if you know what you want to study, sometimes it's a good idea to look at your school's website and check out the major requirements or see which classes are best for freshmen to get a taste of these certain fields like introductory classes or different intro seminars. For example, Stanford has some small seminars that kind of gives you a peek of certain fields that you might be interested in, and basically just going through the entire course selection. So I know I did this when I was a freshman and I don't regret it because I had to look through pages and pages and pages of different courses that I could possibly take, and I wrote down all of the ones that I was interested in taking, and I basically made a plan. I didn't make a 4-year plan as other students have because I still didn't really know what I wanted to study, but I did make a plan and a list of certain courses that I thought would be interesting for me to take in certain fields that I was certainly interested in. Especially before your first year of college, I feel like it's very important to dedicate this time to doing that and looking at all of the courses that your school offers, because you don't want to miss some certain courses that might be offered only in the fall and then you have to wait a whole year to take that class, or maybe it was only for freshmen and you wish you would have taken it freshman year. So just going thoroughly through that course selection and seeing which ones you're most interested in. As I said, for current college students, if you already know what you're going to major in, it might be a good idea to make a list of major requirements or minor requirements and when those courses are offered. So some courses, like I said, might be only offered in the fall or might be only offered in the spring, and you want to make sure that you balance your courses so that you're not taking too many hard classes all the way into senior year or too many easy classes in your freshman year. You might want to balance and figure out the level of difficulty that you want to take for each year, and definitely it's super helpful to have that planned out beforehand so that you're not stressing when enrollment day comes and you have no idea which classes you want to take. I wish this video was longer, but I'm still a second year here at Stanford and I'm still surviving FGLI life at university. So I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know down in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at FirstGenFirst or on Twitter, FirstGen1ST, or send us an email at info@firstgenfirst.org. Bye. campus experience or living at a be talking about too much. Oh my god. So the last thing, or the last